Well, hey friends, this is Starry, Stacey, and I wanted to just do a video. In fact, some people have been really interested in what I'm eating, where I'm purchasing my organic produce, and I just made a trip to Sprouts. And I wanted to share exactly what I got and why, and actually just discuss how much money you have to spend in order to change your diet and go raw and juice. Now, most of the things that I bought today are for juicing, so this is really juice specific. So let's dive into it. Okay, the first thing I want to share is my produce and where I keep it. In my RV, I have a really awesome refrigerator, and I've said this before on I think one of my other videos, I did purchase a Coleman, and it wasn't expensive. This is a cheap Coleman cooler, and it really helps give me a little bit of extra room for all my extra produce. When you are living this tiny house existence, you have to really just think outside the box. And this cooler can fit right into the RV when I'm traveling, and it can keep my extra produce for juicing cold. One of the big things that I use for juicing, there's like a base juice of vegetables, and the biggest one is carrots. You got to buy organic carrots. I get mine again. This is all from Sprouts. And how much did I spend on those organic carrots? I think they are for a 5-pound bag. They're $3.49. $3.49 for organic carrots. So those are very, very reasonable. I also use a lot of apples with juicing. I don't do the green apples. I like my juice to be a little bit sweeter. So I buy a variety. I buy these Fujis. And I also buy the Galas, which were on sale today. And I'll buy about 12, about a dozen apples for my cooler. And the apples are about I think $2.79 a pound. Then I buy beets, and look at how gorgeous these beets are. These are gorgeous. I will add these to my juice, and the nice thing about buying these in a bundle is you juice the greens also. I think you get more bang for your buck when you buy it like this instead of just buying the beet, the heart of the beet. The bundles at Sprouts, they're not that expensive either. I believe I bought those at $1.42 a pound. Now, to get more greens, I do a lot of spinach, I do a lot of kale, and I'll sometimes even add Swiss chard. A bundle like this was $1.99, and if you bought it in a plastic container, it was $4.99 for a pound. So I figured out which would be cheaper, and these individual bundles are much cheaper at $1.49. So I will just put those right into my, just like this, right on the cold, along with the other greens that you must have. You must have broccoli. Broccoli is just a staple. It's a word, because the cruciferous vegetable. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, someone's gonna correct me and tell me what kind of vegetable it is, but broccoli is one of the highest veggies that are used for cancer fighting. Just put broccoli in everything. Juice it, put it in your salads. Now, the thing about broccoli is you don't have to buy organic. There are a couple things that you don't, that are actually what they call clean food. Okay, clean food. Broccoli is one of them. So feel safe. I still bought organic broccoli. I just did. It wasn't that much a difference from regular broccoli. So I have that. And then I treated myself to an organic watermelon that was on sale. Watermelon has to be organic. And then I also got a really great deal on some raw cashews. Usually these are like $10.99, $12.99 a pound. They were on sale at Sprouts for $5.99. That's a steal. They were actually even cheaper than the raw almonds. So I picked up, that was a big purchase for me. But I'm like, you know what? I think it was $11 worth of cashews is worth it, because when you get tired of just juicing and salads, there are a lot of vegan recipes out there for vegan cheesecake, which I can have because it's raw. And I made one the other night and it was excellent. And it calls for things like raw cashews or raw almonds or raw walnuts. And I always look for sales because they could be really pricey. What else did I get? Oh, and then for my smoothies, I got my raw pomegranate, and I buy these little bags. They're only $1.99. Look at that dragon fruit. Oh, so high in antioxidants. Plus, it has a good source of fiber. So I bought my pomegranates, which are super cancer fighters, and everything's organics, $1.99. And then also, I always pick up the organic cottage cheese, and the reason being that there is a study out there, and I've read the study. It talked about cottage cheese has some type of sulfur in it, and it actually destroys cancer cells when it is eaten with flaxseed oil. The flaxseed oil actually makes the cells permeable so that they can kill the cancer cells. So I do 2/3 cup of that with a couple tablespoons of flaxseed oil, and I do that like every other day. I don't, because dairy but it has to be, if you're doing that dairy, and this is the only dairy that's allowed on a cancer diet, if you're going raw right now, you got to make sure it's organic. Okay. Oh, and then I got organic bananas. And those weren't, organic bananas are not that much more expensive than regular bananas. And this is the thing. Regular bananas are a dirty food. You may think, well, they got a peel and they're safe. Okay, they spray the pesticides and the herbicides and the chemical on the bananas, right? And then when it rains, all that stuff washes off the fruit and it goes into the soil, where all that bad stuff, the chemicals are going back into the soil, which is growing the tree, which is growing your fruit. So that's why you really have to be careful. I also bought some avocados. Avocados do not need to be, and avocados do not need to be organic either. This is a clean, I don't know if they call them I think avocado is a vegetable. If you want to argue about that, you can argue about that. I really don't care. But there are some clean foods out there that you don't have to spend the extra money to buy them organic. Now, I did make the mistake about Now, I did do a boo-boo today, and luckily it was an expensive boo-boo. I bought some garlic, and it wasn't organic. Your garlic has to be organic too. What they do is they spray the garlic if it starts to sprout too soon, and that's what ruins the garlic. Stick with organic. But some of the clean foods that don't have to be organic is broccoli, avocados, honeydew, cantaloupe, and they listed papaya and corn, but you stay away from papaya and corn because it's genetically modified. So cross those. They're clean organically. They don't have to be organically grown, is what I'm saying, but they're genetically modified. So stay away from papayas and stay away from any type of corn. You're just going to lose right there. And I'm trying to think of what else is clean. Asparagus and onions. There may be even a couple more, but good stuff. Good stuff to know. And really, when you are trying to clean out your body and you are trying to live a more healthy lifestyle, organic, I know it can be expensive, but it is really worth it. It is your life insurance policy. It is your health insurance policy. I spend about $45 to $65 when I go to the store to get all my juicing material, all my juicing food. And for me, that's where the bulk of my money is, where it goes. And it's definitely worth it for me because my insurance isn't going to pay to make me healthy or help me live a healthier lifestyle. This food is going to give me health. It's going to nourish me. So you have to. But that's about what you end up paying if you decide to start juicing. And that's about every week and a half. All right? So you kind of get an idea at the cost of this type of lifestyle and this type of eating. And you really have to shop around. I've gone to all the different stores. I went to Whole Foods, which isn't too bad. I have an Amazon savings card, so I do get, I go there when I can use Amazon. They have Publix, which has no organic food at all. I hate Publix. I also went to Kroger's. They're kind of limited. They're all right, but I really don't go there a lot either. Sprouts for me has a huge amount of produce and and fruit. Every aisle is filled with something organic in there. They have a lot of sales, so I can shop at one place basically and get all my stuff at a very reasonable price. So if you are in the city, you have access to all these stores, I would start with Sprouts first. And then if you shop through Amazon, go to Whole Foods as your backup. See? Frugal living, right out of an RV. And it's healthy frugal living. So I hope that helps you, friends. And I hope you get juicing and make some of those changes. You know, you don't have to make radical changes, but just juicing alone is going to, I'll tell you, you're going to feel great and you're going to look great. And every time I make a recipe, like I just converted my sister, I converted Dawn's husband and Dawn. I'm converting people to juicing. It's a good change. All right. God bless you, everybody. And we will see you later.